Hey, this is GatorX, and can you believe it? The brand new structure deck is finally out. It is the Blue Eyes White Destiny. We're going to go ahead and open this up, talk a bit. From what I know, this is pretty good. It's pretty cracked. If you're a brand new player or getting back into the game, I think it's a perfect entry from what I've seen, and that seems to be the consensus, that you can build a decent deck by only buying 3 copies. So about 30 bucks if you're able to get them for, retail price. So let's go and open these up and see what's inside. Though, you're going to get to see the deck list on the back here. That's cool, and you can see the extra deck is really stacked. But I do really like these boxes, but let's tear them open and get inside to see the cards. I do like these smaller boxes that they've been doing for the structure decks, but it is kind of weird that, the packaging was a little odd. So you're going to get like a little promo card here. I guess we'll look at that. We'll look at all 3 of those in a bit. But these are the main cards here, all wrapped up in plastic. If I can go ahead and get them open. Oh yeah, there's a little pull tab there. But already it's looking kind of crazy with some of the cards there. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything that comes inside. So obviously all the brand new holo cards are going to be at the front. We got Indigo Eyes, Silver Dragon, and hopefully we've got a good look and a good angle there. This is an Xyz monster, and again, if you're like completely brand new or completely coming back, you're going to get a taste of basically every type of extra deck monster that we got in here for the most part. So you got a Blue Eyes Silver Dragon. This you overlay with 2 level 8 dragons. Take a look at that Spirit with Eyes of Blue. I think this is like the big one that's in here. So this is a link 1, meaning that you can just summon it by getting rid of 1 dragon monster. It is 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster as the requirement. But this one gets your field spell. Oh my gosh. But this one gets your field spell, and it seems pretty cool. Just the fact that they're giving a link 1 to Blue Eyes seems kind of crazy. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to the other ones. This one is Maiden of White. It's kind of a retrain of Maiden with Eyes of Blue, but she's got like a different effect and just a lot more powerful. Let's see. This card is, let's see. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Place 1 True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone. And it's got a lot of other effects, but hopefully you can go ahead and read those. We'll discuss those a little bit when we get to the actual deck, but for the most part, again, all your brand new cards are going to be at the front. Wishes for Eyes of Blue. This one's so interesting too. I love the artwork of it because it actually does look a lot like that animation that we got a while ago, the one that kind of shows hints at some Blue Eyes lore. I believe that's where it's from, as you see the Maiden with one of the Blue Eyes. I think that's a synchro one, just up there in a field. We got the new synchro here, Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. That's right. The base one is called Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This one is Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, so it's like a big version of him. Kind of like your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but now a synchro monster. We got a Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I love that they retrained Kaiser Seahorse as well. An old card back in the day that let you tribute some of Blue Eyes for 1 tribute, but now it's a little more beefed up and more powerful. And then the other spell we got here is Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Not a Blue Eyes card, but a Blue-Eyed card. Interesting. Majestic of White Dragons. It's another trap card. Again, I'll give these a good read and we'll look at those. But those are all the brand new cards that you're getting, right here at the front. Let's see, that's going to be 5 Ultras and 3 Supers. That's quite a bit. Everything else in the deck are reprints, but they're all pretty useful. So you're going to get like 1 art of each Blue Eyes monster. These aren't all the classic ones. Obviously you don't have like the classic look of them, but these 2 are the other older ones, and then this one is a relatively new one. Personally, I think I like this one best out of the bunch. We got a Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. This is another newer card, but it's been around for a while, so that's good. We got Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, one of those. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, Blue Eyes Spirit of White. So yeah, they've been making a lot of like retrained Blue Eyes here, so you basically kind of get all of them. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, the art goes kind of crazy. I love that. Then we got Chaos Max Dragon. Again, the fact that they're like putting in so many boss monsters in here is kind of nutty. But okay, and you get the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So you get 2 of them. Chaos Max is really kind of cool. It's got like a decent effect. It's got like 4,000 attack. Can make a decent boss monster, but I think combined with obviously all the stuff, and again, just like the fact that you have all these pieces and making them really good. The White Stone of Legend, that one's a classic card, or a classic support card. Got the White Stone of Ancients, that's the kind of the retrain of it. Sage with Eyes of Blue. Oh, you got 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue right off the bat. So this one's a good effect. I cannot remember if this one's a new card. Let's see. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 light tuner monster from your deck to your hand, except itself. So that gets all your stuff. That gets your White Stone of Legend, Wait, Whitestone Legend's a tuner, huh? Yeah, it is a tuner. So it gets your Whitestone Legend, gets all your stuff. Even gets your Effect Veiler, which I believe does come in this deck. So that's kind of neat. Master with Eyes of Blue, that's one of the other older retrains, but sort of a newer one. Dictator of D, getting 2 of those, that's kind of cool. That's all the Blue Eyes stuff. Then you get into the staple monsters, which is kind of crazy, the fact that they include this in a structure deck. And I think it makes it, totally worth it, even if you're like still a current player, or maybe if you just want extra copies or you don't have these already. Just the fact that they're printing these cards here, and the not that they were super expensive anyway, but the fact that they're coming in a deck like this, and you're already like getting other cool stuff. So you're getting a Nibiru, the Primal Being. Again, if you're a new player, a returning player, definitely worth reading these. This one just basically stops your opponent if they're summoning too much. You got an Ash Blossom and Joyous String. This one stops searching from the deck or sending from the deck to the graveyard from your opponent. Effect Veiler obviously negates effects, and you can even search this with your Blue Eye stuff, and 2 Effect Veiler that you're getting right in one structure deck. Obviously, if you're buying 3, you're going to get maximum copies. So we got a Chaos form. This is the ritual to summon Chaos Max. Ultimate Fusion, 2 of those. And I cannot remember how new this one is exactly, but it's a quick play fusion spell, so kind of funny. Melody of the Awakening Dragon, 2 of those there. Got a Mausoleum of White. This one is the big one, the big field spell that you're going to want to get going. And your little guy, your Link monster, does search this out, so that is very useful there. Afterwards, we just got a Burst Stream of Destruction, another classic one. Got a trade-in, that's pretty neat. It allows you to draw 2 trade-ins right away. So again, you're going to get like 6 if you buy 3 copies. Called by the Grave, that's a great card to have. But again, this is limited in the TCG, so you will only need 1. Then onto the traps, there's True Light. That's the one that's searchable with all the cards, with all your other cards, so that's helpful and useful. Ultimate Creature of Destruction, Destined Rivals, Infinite Impermanence. This is another very powerful staple. It is effect negation, and it can work in the hand if you control no cards, so definitely worth having and playing. Then from here, you get some more extra deck stuff, and again, just the fact that they're like, okay, yeah, here's the rest of the extra deck stuff for the Blue Eyes, like in common at the very back. So that's going to be a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, a Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, a Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and I have Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. That one's not a Blue Eyes card, but hey, very useful. So in the back, you're going to get like your little advertisements for Duel Links, all your advertisements for Master Duel, and this one actually tells you, this card is going to tell you combos. Kind of don't like that they don't include the actual paper rulebook, and they don't include the actual like paper stuff anymore. But hey, QR code, and that'll get you there. So let's go ahead and open up the rest of these, and I'll construct a deck, and we'll see what we can do. So here we are back with that deck. I'm actually not super familiar with Blue Eyes, but I tried reading the cards best I could, and this is what I came up with. It's a starting point, so obviously if you got something better, you can do that, or, you can try crafting your own brew, but basically you want to take 3 of every good card and play that. So here's what I got. We got 3 of the Blue Eyes White Dragons. I'm using this art. Obviously you can use whatever art you want, and hey, if you have some classic ones, you can use those as well. After that, for Blue Eyes, the additional Blue Eyes, the retrains, I just got 1 Dragon Spirit of White and 1 Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Let me pull in here and see if we can just kind of get that a little closer. So Blue Eyes Jet Dragon is kind of funny because it can come out when it wants, and the Blue Eyes Spirit, these are just other ones, but everything else kind of revolves around the main Blue Eyes, the normal monster. So these are just some extra additional help. After that, just a 1 Whitestone to Legend. Moving on to the little guys. This, obviously, if it's sent to graveyard, you can get your Blue Eyes, and it's another level 1 tuner, so it's helpful in that sense. 3 Maiden of White. Now, this one is very interesting. So you can obviously send it to the graveyard from your hand in order to get your True Light out onto the field, but it also has the effect that while it's on the field, if it's targeted, then you get to special summon a Blue Eyes for free. And you have lots of cards in your deck that allow you to target it by yourself. If it's targeted by an effect or an attack, it triggers that ability to summon Blue Eyes. However, you can do that yourself as well with a Sage with Eyes of Blue. This one has an effect, you can discard it, and when it's summoned, right, you get to search for your level 1 tuner, which is kind of cool. However, you can also discard it from your hand in order to target. But there are some other little combos here and there that you can get off, and that lets you get things rolling, especially with that extra deck. Then I just got 3 Kaiser Seahorse. This one, if you control Blue Eyes, you can special summon it. If it's sent to the graveyard, it even triggers and gets your Blue Eyes back. So the advantage of this is that it's a level 4 dragon, so you can get some neat effects with that as well. So that's all for the monsters. Let's go ahead and move on to the spells and traps, and obviously gonna want to be playing the new stuff that wishes with Eyes of Blue. This one, you discard a card and it basically searches basically your entire deck or all the support cards. You can also banish it for an additional... Okay. You can also banish it in order to trigger an effect which allows you to equip a Blue Eyes with a fusion monster from your extra deck. That'll give it extra attack, but that can come in handy for something else potentially later on. After that, I got 3 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. This one just lets you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck in defense though, so more so you're going to use it to then fusion or synchro into something else, but it also has an additional effect that you can banish this spell from the graveyard in order to fusion summon, so this is also another means of fusing. After that, just 2 of the Ultimate Fusion, which is a quick play spell. It does require you to shuffle the stuff back, but just being quick play is nice, though it does only work during the main phase, but it can be your main phase or your opponent's main phase. After that, 1 Mausoleum of White. Just need 1, you can search it out, but this gives you a double summon and also allows you to target one of your own monsters, meaning your maiden, in order to trigger her effect. Then 1 Called by the Grave because it is limited. So after that, I just want to show off some of the staple stuff, some of the other staple stuff. 3 Effect Veiler. This one you can search with your Sage. 3 Ash Blossom. It's going to be a good way to stop your opponent from searching their own stuff. And then sure, heck, 3 Nibiru. Why not? So yeah, that's it for the monsters and spells. Trap-wise, 1 True Light. You can search it out. I got 2 of that Majesty of White Dragon. That one's kind of a funny one. And then 3 Infinite Impermanence. I'm going to show you the deck all at the end, and let's at least go ahead and move on to the extra deck. And the extra deck, again, it's kind of easy. Just jam everything that's in the deck that comes with it, but for the most part, you're going to want to max out on a few things, like I guess that Spirit with Eyes of Blue, 3 of those. Again, this one is a monster that you can make with only 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster, meaning, you know, all your little guys except Blue Eyes. That's also why Kaiser Seahorse is kind of neat, because then once you summon this, it's going to trigger Kaiser Seahorse's effect. This one, again, allows you to search your spell and can even get your Blue Eyes on the field by attributing itself. And speaking of attributing, 1 of the Hieratic Seal of Spheres. Again, this is an old one, but basically it requires 2 dragon monsters. You can summon any dragon monster basically from your deck. Its attack becomes 0, but it's a nice little way of getting things off to the races, again being a quick effect. So that's it for the Link monsters. For fusions, got 1 of the Twin-Headed Dragon and then 2 of the Tyrant Dragon. Now a Twin-Headed Dragon does require 2 Blue Eyes, so it's like a mini Ultimate Dragon, but it does attack twice, and it does banish whatever it attacks, so that's kind of nice. Then we got 2 of the Tyrant Dragon. This just requires a Blue Eyes plus a Dragon, so you can summon it with any of your other little materials. You can fusion summon it, or you can just summon a Blue Eyes, or you can get rid of a Blue Eyes on your field that's equipped with a fusion spell monster. So that's why that other effect of one of the other spells is kind of interesting. This is also a way of resetting traps with that end phase effect. It's also unaffected by traps itself, so this guy just kind of deals with traps. It's kind of funny. And that's it for the fusions. Then for the synchros, got 1 of that Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This one, when it's summoned, prevents your Blue Eyes from being targeted by effect, so that's kind of nice. Then after that, 3 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This one is kind of nice because it's got a negation effect. As a quick effect, you can negate 1 effect per turn, but also as an additional quick effect, you can attribute itself to special summon a different synchro monster from your extra deck, but it is destroyed during the end phase. That's useful because Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon is kind of funny. It's a big guy. It's got 4,000 defense, but the main thing is that your opponent can't banish cards from your graveyard, and it also has a quick effect that when a card effect is activated, you can negate the activation, so another negate. That's kind of cool. Sorry, I gotta read it because it's like, ooh, it's a big one. But the big thing is that if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a light dragon monster from your graveyard except itself. So you can tribute Spirit to summon Ultimate Spirit as a quick effect. During the end phase, it's going to get destroyed and then trigger Ultimate Spirit's other effect. And then lastly is the Synchro the Xyz monster. Don't think that's amazing, but it's there because it, what the heck does it do? Can't attack unless it has normal monster as material. If it's Xyz summon, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls, and you can detach material to special summon a normal monster. But, you know, it's there. So that's basically the deck. That's what I got. So that's it for the deck, and yeah, that was kind of fun. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like this, and hey, you know, let me know if you got the structure deck for yourself. For the most part, yeah, it's all up to you. If you want to play what you want to play, go right ahead. But I think for the most part, this is like a great entryway. If you can, you know, just walk into like, I don't know, like a retail store, see 3 of these, grab them, go, and you got your deck. So, you know, if you're coming back, if you want to play this, or if you just want to play Blue Eyes and you're still a current player, I say it's definitely worth it. Again, just for the fact that they dug right into nostalgia. They're like, hey, let's just make more Blue Eyes. Let's make them bigger, badder, give them some nuttier effects, and heck, let's throw in like amazing staples here. So if by chance you just don't have any of these staples, even if you don't want to play Blue Eyes, it's a decent way to pick up these staples because I think just by price, Ash Blossom has gotten a lot lower, but I think it's still like maybe a $2 card. So and Nibiru I think is like a little over $1. Imperm I think was still like 2-ish, 3-ish. Like for the most part, like these cards were more than a few cents. So it kind of is more to your advantage to just buy 3 of these rather than buying them individually online. Or hey, maybe the price has gone down even more so for these ones because some people buy these, they already got a lot of them, so that's nice there. Personally, I love the idea of just like getting a bunch of more dragons. I think this is gonna have like lasting repercussions though in the future of giving them a Link 1, because a Link 1 is never never a wise choice. But anyway, hey, yeah, that's the deck. That's my idea. Let me know what you're playing in the comments below. I'm just going to go ahead and while I'm talking here, I'm also going to lay the extra deck on top of that. But yeah, if you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know. It's been a while since the structure deck has come out, so that's why I kind of haven't really done much like this. But for the most part, like I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy making some more other additional videos like this. So leave a like and a comment. That would be so much appreciated. But anyway, this is Gatorex. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.